Well, hello there. Hi there. Welcome to Just Bird. Today's reading is for Jung Hae-In. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the young man's name properly, but he is a Korean actor. Yesterday, during a live, someone asked about his love for Jisoo, and it's just work related. There's nothing there. It's work related. And even if he had feelings for her, he would be suppressing them and not coming forth with any feelings. I don't believe he has feelings, at least according to the couple of cards that I pulled. But let's see what's coming up for his year ahead. All right, this will be a 12 card spread. So let's see what's coming up for Jung in 2026. His overall energy is loyalty. So he's all about his family. He's loyal. He's a good, trusted friend, as well as family member. You would be very lucky to have this man in your corner. Man, can I get my wires straight or nah? Apparently nah. Anyhow, don't mind me. In his career, he's consuming, so his finances are good. He's buying lots of things, consuming, consuming, consuming. But he's also consuming a lot of digital media, online, social sites, things of that nature. He may be overindulging in some foods. What he's communicating about is travel and traveling the world. Places he's been, things that he has on his schedule. I feel that he will be in flight and doing a lot of world travel this year, and he's going to be speaking about it. In his home life, we have caution, caution, caution. So there could be something coming up in his household, meaning, I don't know, a storm is ahead. Maybe it could be a literal storm in his home. But he's seeing some red flags, and there may be something that he needs to take care of within the structure of his household, and he's going to take care of that. I'll clarify with tarot in a moment. In his Essex house of luck and entertainment, we have confusion. So even if he's getting it in, put the E between the S and the X, and you'll know what I'm talking about. He's very confused in that. This is not a time, he's trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. This is not a time for him to be taking risks financially. And as far as entertainment, that too, still trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. That could speak to something, an endeavor that he has going on as an actor. Maybe the lines, he could just be a little bit confused about what's going on with the storyline. All right. And his future finances, passion, passion, passion. Like I said, he'll be getting it in at least on screen this year. All right. He's very good at what he does. He has a lot of love, passion, fire, desire. He's in work mode. Very good for him. But it looks like sparks will be flying on the career front. He could be consuming a lot of his finances this year as they will be burning up. I'm sure he has plenty, more than enough. In his relationship house, we have it's time to play. So he's having fun with someone. May go to a concert or something like that. Let's see. As far as what he doesn't see coming, that no matter what, whatever this confusion is talking to, he's determined to get things done. He's determined, which means as far as what he doesn't see coming is he has an uphill battle to climb. All right. But he's resilient. He's not going to give up, and he will make it to the top eventually. But he has a lot, like a heavy workload. Okay. And leaving those red flags behind him, good. As we have the red flag here and we have the red flag here, he's determined to make things happen. In his household, like I said, something's going on. Maybe there's a mishap. Maybe, things are falling apart. Who knows? He's going to get them done, things done. The plans are being sketched out, they're already made, and he will be able to correct whatever is happening in his household. It's kind of boring stuff. All right. What he's speaking into existence as he's talking about, flying around the world and all of his world adventures. Ooh, a birth of a new project. Okay, new things coming in for him. Um, can I move this over? Yes, I can. This is just him coming out of his shell and gaining lots of attention. Like the spotlight is shining on him, and it's for something new in which he is creating. So his world ventures have afforded him something. Since there isn't anything really going on as far as a relationship, I don't see this as a birth of a child, but I again will be clarifying through tarot. Now, his social standing is, he waters his garden, he's built a lot for himself, and he's planted roots, which means that he's very much into his family and he pours a lot into the work that he does, including his family, though. He doesn't leave any stone unturned. All right, friends. What's in his friend's house? Conflict. Could be just, you know, cutting his losses with some of his friends this year. There could be a huge miscommunication and arguments, and he's ready to cut them off. Just leave me alone. Enemies, well, these folks, they didn't have their head on, their head wasn't screwed on right, but they've got it together overall. So I think that his enemies are changing this year as we have change here and conflict within his friends group. But as far as the enemies, I think it's going to change. If he had any to begin with, they're probably going to go away and just kind of fall to the wayside this season. So let's see. Overall energy is loyalty. A loyal, trusted human. He has a love for nature and a love for nurture. So let's see for Jung. He's in a state of waiting for his ships to come in. He anticipates something throughout the year, and he's very. I don't know what he's anticipating. I have no clue, but he's waiting for something to spark off and something to come toward him this year. So a great state of anticipation. Let's see what's coming in. Career house, consuming. It means he's buying a lot of stuff this year. Oh, because he's Mr. King of Pentacles. He could be producing something this year. This is like the producer's seat, I believe, or director. Maybe he's going to take on the role of director and get behind the scenes and behind the camera this season. But he's good with money. He's making money. He's the king of his castle, and expect new projects as far as films this season. All right. What he's communicating. He's communicating. It's all about the work that he travels near and far for work, and filled with passion. He's fired up. He has a lot of charisma. A lot of determination. He could be a bit of a hard head. Maybe it's like, I want this done my way, right? And in control. He wants control over something in his life. It's his career with that Queen of Wands energy. Now, the household, what's going on there? Page of Swords. So it's the beginning of something here in his household that is like, all right, I got to keep an eye on this. Whatever the red flag is, whatever is popping off in his household, there's something within his house, the structure of his home, that he needs to keep an eye on. And he will. Now, as far as the house of luck, entertainment, and the SX with the E in between, he's waiting. he has put in some time with someone or something here, and it is a good idea that he wait on taking any risks as far as monies and where he invests them. He takes his time with that because it's confusing to him. But as far as the SX, it's same deal. He's waiting and he's patient with this lover, but he's trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and he's not quite there yet. As far as entertainment, expect to see awards this season for him. He's got gold medals there, so very good. It feels like he will be honoring his parents and those that came before him during this ceremony. All right. In his future career, as he has passion, 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 fire and desire, I feel this is speaking to a film that he will be doing and completing. He's going to complete something this year as far as and make a decision regarding a role that he has. Now, as far as finances, he's good to go. He's no longer in the dark about his finances. He may have hired someone to help him navigate financially, like a financial advisor. All right. As far as his relationship house, just a lot of play, play. I don't know if the young man has children or has ever been married or anything like that. We have the Eight of Wands. He is just, he's fired up in passion. So he's getting it in. Like I said, he's very playful spirit. They may be going to an amusement park to see a concert. There's a lot going on here. This person could possibly travel with him, or he may make a pit stop along his way. What we have is it feels like maybe they do fly around with him, and they do like amusements and amusement parks and things of that nature. This is a fast-moving relationship, and it's just a playful spirit. So it's a lot more casual than anything like secure. They spend a lot of time apart and communicate via social sites, not social media, but online. So texting and things like that, digital devices. But there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of fire, and there's a lot of desire. This person helps him to kind of come out of his shell. They open him up, and again, to that playfulness. It's an adventure. It's a lot of fun for him. Very good. All right. What he doesn't see coming. Five of Pentacles. He's determined to regain his confidence. As he's left confused up here, he is going to regain his confidence. There could be a financial loss in something, but he's determined to get things done. I feel that this is more attached to his home life than any other part. I feel like there's just something going on in his household that needs to be fixed, and it's going to be costly, and he might be a little bit bent about it, but to each his own. And as far as his roles, he's really coming in confidently, and things will balance out for him, and because he's taking on a leadership role here. Someone is leaving him out in the cold and turning their back on him this year. He doesn't see this coming, but he's determined, regardless if you leave me out, whether it's a career move or relationship, family, friend, he's just like, whatever. I'm not giving up. All right, what he is speaking into existence as he's flying around the world, and well, it may be a baby. He may be talking about a relationship and wanting and desiring to have a relationship. It may be a work relationship with someone that he met while he was traveling the world that he would like to be in a relationship with. And this is the birth of a new relationship. It could also be the birth of a child. I don't feel the birth of a child. However, it just may result in that. You will find out throughout the year. Please do keep me posted, as I've never even, like, I don't know who this man is. I don't know anything about K-pop or Korean culture. You know, the only word I know is damari, and that is because I worked in a Korean American restaurant in my youth for 9 years, and my boyfriend was bald. So that's it. Okay, let's see. And his foundation here, the way that he's viewed by the world, is that he really pours into the things that he loves, that he's an extremely hard worker and loyal to his family and appreciates his roots and where he came from. Let's see. Five of Swords. They feel like he's fighting something. He's fighting something, that there could be some conflict or challenges in his, as I feel like it's work related, as he's building his empire, his pyramid. Is what he's building in the picture, but that he keeps pouring and pouring into it, and he fights for what it is that he wants. He's a winner. He's very competitive by nature. So let's see what else is coming in as far as his friends that he has conflict with. Oh, they're going to balance it out. It's a friend from the past. It could be a family member. But this is something, the conflict will be in the past as well, as soon as they come together and balance out the situation. This is just like, hey, I've known you all my life. We're going to work this out. So let's see. As far as what's coming, as far as his enemies, whose heads weren't screwed on right to begin with, now they're on their way. Okay, so they may have literally been like injured or something. They've changed their mind because they've been through some things, some hardships, and they feel disabled, right? So they're no longer coming toward him. They once had power, but they no longer do. They've changed. These are people who used to get fired up and speak their mind and yell, yell, yell. It's probably fandom, but who knows? It could be a real person in his life that he's intertwined with, that has just changed their mind, and it's due because they've done internal work on themselves, where once maybe they were fired up and flared up on substances or something like that, and now they've changed their ways and they're getting better. So that's what I have for Jung Hae-In. I'm not sure if please let me know how to pronounce his name in the comments below if you're so kind enough to do so. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day.